What's up, YouTubers? So before we get started with this video, on Get Up, they're going to be talking about how rookie defensive lineman Chase Young just called out Tom Brady of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So let's see what they have to say about that.
This is what it's about, man. You want to play in January? You want to play in February? Like, stop talking about 4-win and 6-win teams. Let's talk about some action, boss. We got Chase Young, going to be the Defensive Player of the Year, talking trash.
That's right. Chase Young is an absolute monster, and that'll be 2 years in a row that Ohio State produced a defensive lineman that was Defensive Player of the Year. Last year, I do believe it was Nick Bosa.
To Tom Brady, jogging off the field. You know where that comes from? Jack Del Rio, baby.
So my picks are going to be, I go Buffalo beating the Colts, Seattle beating the Rams, Tampa beating Washington, the Ravens beating the Titans, the Saints beating the Bears, and the Steelers beating the Browns.
Hey, the defensive coordinator for the Washington football team, he told all his boys, get ready, because we win this one, we're going to see the GOAT and go make something happen. And listen, Sweat, Allen, Payne, you name it. There's 3 or 4 others in that group, even Kerrigan. This defensive line is absolutely legit. Tom Brady, he got on his text chain last night, all the offensive linemen. Y'all better strap up and be ready. You see some rib shots, you better freaking take them. You better put some hat on some people, because this is why you play playoff football, man. I can't tell you how jacked I am that somebody said something to get this weekend going, baby. I'm ready to watch it already.
So I completely feel Jeff Saturday. I'm ready for some action too, some playoff action. While Chase Young is an absolute beast, I think he has 7.5 sacks, and I think that's 26 overall for players. So that's a great job for a rookie. But while he is a beast, Tom Brady is still very dangerous, and I will be very, very careful if I was Chase Young, because you don't want to poke the dragon, because the dragon just might wake up and come and tear you up. And that's exactly what Tom Brady can do. He really shines during the playoffs, as we already know. He can take care of business. So while Chase Young is a beast, I will be very careful, because Tom Brady will get you.
I just want to hear Jeff Saturday keep talking. I want to yield my time to the gentleman that plays center in the league forever and one of the best to ever do it. But since I have to, I'll take it. This is what I'll say. I'm going to be calm, Swagoo. Chase Young, I like the energy. I'm not mad that Chase Young said he want Brady. He coming. Just be careful what you ask for, like B.A. said. The experience of this game, I learned when I was young. I had the opportunity to go into the playoffs. The level changes. The great ones are made in the playoffs. Where the reason why we call Tom Brady the GOAT is not because of the regular season. It's because of what this dude does during this time of the year. So, look, I'm excited to see it. Washington got their juice. They got a D-line that's going to get after people. But be careful about what you think or think not about Tom Brady.
It's going to be interesting to see.
Exactly. Like I said, Tom Brady is still very dangerous. Although, the Washington football team does have a good defensive line. Well, two's a couple of Jonathan Allen, Chase Young, a couple other guys. Those guys are, they can get after it. But there's been many other players that have tried to call out Tom Brady, and they were unsuccessful. And like I said, Chase Young's a beast, but he better be very careful, because Tom Brady already knows. He's already called his dogs and let them know what's going on, who's been saying what. So, I would never count out Tom Brady until the day he retires. I would never call him out.
How that gets handled. Graziano, I'm not comparing the teams. Obviously, Washington won 6 games this year, and San Francisco was the 1 seed in the NFC a year ago. But there is a similarity to the way they win. And what Nick Bosa was to those 49ers, that's kind of what Chase Young is to this group, yes?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, last year's Niners had 5 first-round picks in that defensive front. Washington, very similar. And yes, Chase Young was the last piece of the puzzle that unlocked that, and they are they have a 7-win team, yes, but they're a legitimately great defense that has really caused a lot of problems for a lot of people, and that could include Tom Brady, who, he's not mobile. If Washington has a plan to get after Tom Brady, they may be able to do it. Chase Young was a year old when Tom Brady was drafted. Since he played Pop Warner football and high school football, he's been thinking about sacking Tom Brady. That's his dream. He's excited. When you ask these kids at the Combine every year, who are you looking forward to sacking the most? They all say Tom Brady. This is a dream come true for Chase Young.